Hello, I welcome you all to Maths in Motion. Here we are going to discuss a group discussion topic. Okay, here is the group discussion topic. Wars and conflicts are increasing. How it can be solved. Okay, we have three leads: military use, diplomacy, and increasing economy. I am going to make you explain all the three leads so that you can make your points from own, and it will helpful in your group discussion and in front of assessor in personal interview also. Okay, so we have to solve war and conflict using all these three leads. Okay, first, to solve war, we have to understand what are the causes of war and conflicts. Okay, so here our first point is stuff and land. When two countries claim the same piece of land, for example, Pakistan and China, this both the country claim Kashmir to be his own part, and this creates a conflict which will result in war gradually. And second thing is resources. Oil and gas. We all know that oil and gas is how much essential. To get control over this, they start fighting for this. I hope you understand. The another example of territorial dispute is China and India, in which both the country China and India claims Arunachal Pradesh to be his own own area. Okay, so this is the example of how wars created by land. Now, second point is identity and fear. Okay, so nationalism. What do you mean by nationalism? When a person take pride of its own country, when a person believes that his country is above all the country in the world, so this is known as nationalism. Because of this nationalism, this creates a boundary between us versus them, and which will create a conflicts. Okay. Second is ideology and religion. Okay, because of religion, this is also causes war only. We can see that Hamas, Gaza, this is all because of religion only. For example, if a religion, a person believe religion A and second person believe religion B, then A religion says that my religion is best, and the B person says that my religion is best, and this will create a conflict. And then mutual fear. Okay, for example, India is making his defense strong. Okay, and on looking India, because India is building for its own survival, but other country other country think it as a threat. They fear of this. When a country make defense for its own safety, the other country feels fear, and this conflicts which leads causes to war. Okay, and then leaders. War and conflicts are arises because of ego and domination also. China wants to dominate in the Asia country or in the world. So, and this is by this way also wars and conflicts are created. Okay, and for other, I want to add one thing for power and control. That USA wants power. He wants to be number one in the whole world. So he has started a campaign that MAGA, Make America Great Again. So for power and control also, uh, this causes war. Okay. Now, if there is a saying that if every country wants to be safe, then so that they want their neighbor should feel unsafe. If their neighbor will feel unsafe, then country we that country automatically we feel safe. So this is also the reason why there are causes of war, because every country wants to threaten its neighbor country so that they feel less safe, and which will make them safe. Okay, now, okay, so now we will start with diplomacy, how diplomacy is can be used to solve war. So first, you should know the definition of diplomacy. When a country, rather than using army for fighting, they talk, they solve the matter by talking. So this is known as diplomacy. It is an effective way because it save life and it is less effective. इसमें पैसा बहुत कम लगता है, it is cost effective. Okay, uh, this saves money also, life also, and life, which is a great thing. So diplomacy is the best lead you should select. Okay, how diplomacy can solve war? So here are the points. First is find a win-win solution. See, if both country A and B fight, so by diplomacy we can find a solution which is benefit for both of them. So in this, both of country will satisfied. So in this way you can solve war. Second point is negotiation. नेगोशिएशन मीन्स बार्गेनिंग, तो कम ज़्यादा करके, ठीक है। तो बाय नेगोशिएटिंग, बाय टॉकिंग, वी कैन ऑल्सो सॉल्व डिप्लोमेसी. ओके, देन मीडिएशन. Mediation, let's suppose two countries are fighting, for example Russia and Ukraine, and there is a third country like USA, and USA come forward, and he, what will do, he will try to mediate the two, he will try to mediate the war between Russia and Ukraine. So this is no mediation, it is done by the third person. Mediate means to शांत करवाना, mediation. तो USA is doing mediation in Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, then preventive diplomacy means we can prevent war through diplomacy by knowing what is going to be in future, by understanding that there can be a possibility of war, and on looking at that possibility of war, we go and wait before the war we talk. This is known as preventive diplomacy, so that war cannot happen. Okay, this is known as preventive diplomacy. Now UN and other country, through diplomacy, UN and other country, if Russia and Ukraine is fighting, then UN and the other country like India, China, all of think, uh, from the pressure of this all country, uh, can war can be solved. Okay, and now the sixth point is diplomacy save life. I have already explained that diplomacy saves life and which is cost effective. Okay, so I hope you got all the points. You can say that through diplomacy we can solve a war for find a win-win solution. We can negotiate with them, we can mediate with them. हम उन्हें शांत करवा सकते हैं. भविष्य में वॉर हो सकता है, ये जानकर, ये पॉसिबिलिटी देखकर हम वॉर शुरू होने के पहले ही हम वॉर को रोक दें, मतलब बातचीत करके रोकने की कोशिश करें, उसे कहते हैं प्रिवेंटिव डिप्लोमेसी. Okay, and the pressure of UN and another country, if they will say, then there is a huge impact of their words, and which can solve a war. Okay, so this is how your point in which you can say diplomacy can solve war. So here is our second topic, increasing economy. Economy means money. how can by by increasing money economy we can solve war. Okay, so increasing money, how we can solve war. So this is the whole definition, you can learn this. And the first point we are going to, what should be your point to say that how increasing money can solve war. First is interdependence. Okay, let's suppose for country A and B, China and India. If China is selling their product in Indian market, India has a huge market. Okay, China is gaining profit from India. Okay, in the same way, India is also selling something to China. India is also getting profit from China. If China attack India or India attack China, so what they are doing? They are they are not destroying. India is not destroying the China property. It is destroying their own profit. In the same way, China, by destroying India, China is not destroying India, but it is destroying their own country. Okay, so by increasing economy, two country, they are in interdependence on each other, and this will not create a war. For example, USA and China both have uh, they are not they are interdependence on their interdependence. Okay, USA and China, and because of this interdependence, in spite of having different opinion, they will not involve in war, because USA know that how much they are dependent on China. Okay, you may have seen that in USA they are uh, making a poster that we will not buy, ban China, and after that all find that the poster which on which there is a written ban China, this poster is also made from China only. Okay, so this is interdependence. I hope you understood this. Second is eliminating the root variance, poverty and unemployment. Okay, conflicts not only outside a country, but conflicts can also happen inside the country. So how can we solve inside the country? If there is a poverty and unemployment, so there is a civil war because of poverty, naxalism, all these can happen. Okay, they are poor, they have not, if their infrastructure economy is not good, so they will pick up the weapons instead of tool. Okay, so if we eliminate poverty and unemployment by increasing economy, making infrastructure strong, road strong, building all this, so it will create the opportunity to earn money, and so all the poverty and unemployment people will pick up the tools instead of weapon. Okay, I hope you got the point. And this is incentivizing peace through investment. Okay, for this I will explain with help of example, just like China. What China is, China has money. Okay, what China gives aids and loan and invest in other country on a uh, on a demand to maintain peace between them. For let me make you clear. See, China is giving money to all the poor countries like Pakistan, China, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, all that, and so by doing this, and he wants peace from them. He gives money and he wants peace from them. How? If he give money to all of them, then uh, they are already in debt. So they will not be able to speak against China, and in this way there is a peace between these two countries. So by money also we can, by increasing money, by money also we can get peace. Okay, you understand. And the fourth point is threat. Instead of threat, you should say sanction. Okay, by sanction, we have seen that the China, in Russia Ukraine war, America has uh, uh, America has put sanction on Russia. Okay, that their no one will buy their oil and natural gas. So there is a threat among them, Russia, and which can what, which can solve war. Okay, because of this threat and sanction also war can be solved. Uh, so I hope you got the point. Now our third lead is military use. We can use the military to solve war. Okay, this we all know that. But when we talk about diplomacy and military use and that increasing economy in all the three leads, you must have differentiate between military and all the two leads. That in military use there is a loss of life and loss of money. So military use should be our last priority. First is diplomacy. Okay. So but sometimes there are some situations are there in which we have to use military. For example, in terrorist activity. In terrorist activity, you cannot talk with them. So you have to use military only. So to stop immediate violence, if they blast a bomb, they start firing, then to stop that immediate violence, we should use our military. And you have seen that some leader are not agree to talk. Some leaders are not agree to talk because they think the other country is weak. They are not agree to talk. In that type of situation we have to use military. जैसे लात के भूत बात से नहीं मानते. So they don't want to talk, so we will use military. Okay. And the second is when there is a terrorist activity. Okay, terrorist activity, nationalism, communalism, then we will use military. In India, when you think of the war between Pakistan and China, so they try to capture the land, and they have come in night also by stealing. चुपके से आ गए थे. तो to stop that urgent need, तो then we cannot talk ना. उस टाइम पे हम बात नहीं कर सकते. तो that is why we have to use military. So you understood that why we need military. Okay. पाकिस्तान बांग्लादेश इंडिया वाले वॉर में भी हम देख सकते हैं कि मिलिट्री का यूज करा गया था. ओके. सो इन इमीडिएट एक्शन वी कैनॉट टॉक, so we will use military. Okay, how military can solve war? Here are the points, these 5 points. This is enough for you. Okay, if you learn all these points and you will get your own idea, and if you say 2 3 points also, no, then it is good. Okay, first is defensive operation. Operation like surgical strike, that Pakistan has attacked Pulwama attack, and this if Pakistan attack all these, then by doing operation surgical strike, operation Sindur, we will solve war. पाकिस्तान ने भी हम पे हमला किया था कश्मीर में, पहलगाम में, और उसके जवाब में हमने क्या किया, हमने सिंदूर ऑपरेशन से उधर अटैक कर दिया. तो इन दिस टाइप ऑफ वॉर, बाय डूइंग ऑपरेशन वी कैन सॉल्व वॉर. ठीक है. And second point is threat of strong military is often enough to prevent wars from starting. Yes. Uh, See, if uh, USA military is so much strong that no one wants to start a war with them. Okay, the threat of strong military is enough to prevent war. I hope you are getting my point. You may have, NATO. What does NATO do? The the constitution of NATO says that if anyone attack a country, then all the 33 country will together attack. So what they want to show, the NATO wants to threat you of strong military because 30 country is going to attack. So what NATO do is NATO threat other by strong military, and because of this no one want to start war with the NATO alliance. And this is why, because of this fear, Russia doesn't want Ukraine to join NATO. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. And the third is create an environment for diplomacy talks. Okay, when both the country who are fighting, they are not ready to talk. So by the military, we will make an environment so that the make an environment for diplomacy talk, because war will there is a loss of life, loss of money, you all know that, and there is a last long impact on both the country. So military can create an environment for diplomacy talk. Okay, understood. And that is protecting civilians. So military can be used to protecting civilians also. uh, you have heard of peacekeeping force, that United Nations is created to stop war in the country, that no country fights, uh, that no country to stop war in the world. UN has established on 24 October 1945. So UN has its own force. UN के पास अपनी एक सेना है जिसे पीस कीपिंग फोर्स कहते हैं, और वो ब्लू कलर के हेलमेट पहनते हैं। ठीक है, यूएन पीस कीपिंग फोर्स हैज ब्लू हेलमेट्स। ओके, what does this force do? This for when there is a conflict war between two countries, this force go and this they try to create a peace between both the country. They try to cease fire. Cease means stop fire. So this peacekeeping force is used to seize fire. फायर को रोकने के लिए इसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं, प्रोटेक्टिंग सिविलियंस को बचाकर। एंड फिफ्थ इज सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक, दैट इज डिफेंसिव ऑपरेशन के अंदर आ गया कि बाय डूइंग सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक ऑल्सो we can solve the war. So this is the all topic